This morning, debt talks intensify with the deadline looming. How close the Biden administration and Republicans say they are to a deal.
Plus, Madison health officials are rolling out a new tool to help people curious about the state of respiratory viruses, how it works, and when you'll be able to use it.
And it is a chilly start to our Wednesday morning behind the cold front, upper 30s and low to mid 40s. We do have some warmer weather going into the weekend. More coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us here. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Josh Ryder. Chris Sanford has the morning off. We start with Kelly Slifka with your first warn weather. And looking at the temperature map there, you talk about that backdoor cold front. Is that why to the north and east we're seeing colder temperatures?
Yeah, definitely a change because of that cold front that arrived. And if you were out between about 7 and 8 o'clock, you probably felt that cold front go through. It didn't really trigger any shower or thunderstorm activity, but the winds picked up. Temperatures dropped actually 14 degrees between 7 and 8 o'clock, and that was behind that front. And you do notice, as Josh has mentioned, quite a bit cooler up to the north and the east. 38 in Juneau, 37 in Waukesha. We're at 40 in Madison. The further southwest you go, a little bit further away from that cold air mass, temperatures are a little milder, but still chilly in the mid to upper 40s in Boscobel and Platteville. So we're back to the 60s today, and we're talking about upper 60s this afternoon, getting close to our average. There will be a little bit of a haze from the smoke from those wildfires. Definitely not as thick as yesterday. Because of that cold front, we've got that east wind blowing that to the west. Looks like some showers developing tomorrow night. This will be after dark going into Friday morning, and it will turn cooler Friday, but we warm it up quickly going into the weekend. Pretty seasonable temperatures with some sunshine for Saturday and Sunday, but we're talking about even warmer weather next week. So sunshine today, temperatures in the low 60s by the noon hour, topping out in the upper 60s. Probably still need a light jacket throughout the day with that east wind up to around 10 miles an hour. Looking at mostly sunny skies today, a little bit of a haze from some of that smoke. Need the sunglasses regardless. We'll talk about that chance of rain coming in tomorrow night and when we can expect it coming up.
Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. Let's take a live look now at the nation's capital this morning, where lawmakers are creeping closer to the June deadline for America's debt ceiling. There are signs right now that lawmakers may be getting closer to a deal. It comes after another White House sit-down on the topic. No agreement yet on raising the nation's borrowing limit. The Treasury saying now there are just 15 days left before the nation runs out of money to pay its bills. Some potential points of compromise, though, are taking shape. Things like permitting changes for domestic energy projects, taking back some unspent federal COVID relief money, and adding stricter work requirements to social safety net programs. The latter, however, a non-starter for progressives.
Keep them out of negotiations. They don't work. They are unfair. They're cruel.
What changed in this meeting was the president has now selected 2 people from his administration to directly negotiate with us.
Default is not an option. America pays its debts, pays its bills.
So Speaker McCarthy says he wants a deal by the end of the week, promising President Biden is cutting his trip to Asia this week short to try and hammer out that deal.
Well, it has been a while since COVID has topped the headlines, but people are still curious about the state of respiratory viruses across the area.
To help keep residents informed, Madison health officials will soon roll out a new tool. McKenna Alexander reports.
A new data tracking tool called a respiratory pathogen surveillance system will soon be available to Dane County residents wanting to know more about the viruses circulating in their area.
The goal of any kind of illness surveillance is to ensure that individuals have all of the information they need to make good decisions for themselves, just understanding kind of where we're at with flu, where we're at with RSV, and of course where we're at with COVID, and kind of making choices for their own health.
Officials at Public Health Madison and Dane County say this new resource builds on lessons learned during COVID and applies them to other respiratory illnesses that existed before the pandemic, such as the flu and RSV.
Looking at how we're collecting data, the sources of data that we're getting, and some of those partnerships that we built during COVID, just trying to kind of capitalize and build off of that as we move forward.
Not only will the new tool help public health track respiratory illnesses, it will also offer transparency to a community that, since COVID, has become accustomed to having the latest data readily available.
We're hoping to have this available for folks who are kind of looking to navigate this upcoming respiratory virus season in this, again, post-emergency declaration, post-COVID. We saw there was a lot of people that liked having that information available and accessible. So we're hoping that we can kind of continue that and maintain it moving forward.
PHMDC expects to have the respiratory pathogen surveillance system up and running by this fall.
That was McKenna Alexander. Officials with PHMDC say more details about the surveillance system will be released closer to its launch.
6:04 now, just days after a 13-year-old student was killed while waiting to board her school bus outside Reedsburg, a state bill is now circulating to increase penalties for people who don't stop for a bus. Currently, that can result in a $30 to a $300 fine. The penalty for the violation hasn't increased since 1983, almost 40 years ago. This new legislation would increase that to $300 to $1,000 plus court costs. Meanwhile, the family of 13-year-old Evelyn Gurney now planning her funeral. A GoFundMe in her honor is up to $87,000 and counting. The community also showing support. You can see here, lighting up their businesses in her favorite color of blue and sharing her hockey jersey number. The driver of the Ford F-150 who sideswiped the bus and hit and killed her still hasn't been identified.
The Wisconsin State Patrol will be monitoring the skies above Dane County this week. Aerial enforcement is planned for I-3990 on Friday. Officials say the aerial view makes it easier to spot drivers who are speeding and driving aggressively. When they do spot a violation, they'll radio a state trooper on the ground.
The summer travel season begins soon. That means the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration kicking off that annual Click It or Ticket campaign. This, of course, is to urge drivers and passengers to buckle up. The officials say the number of deaths in the passenger vehicles has increased every year from 2018 to 2021. Half of deaths in 2021 were due to people not wearing seatbelts. A recent study also reveals unrestrained pickup truck drivers have the highest percentage of fatalities for the past 2 decades.
Choosing not to wear a seatbelt can have deadly consequences, no matter how close you are to home or where you're seated in the car.
The good news, most Americans seem to be getting the message. 92% buckled up last year. The campaign runs state and nationwide from May 22nd through June 4th.
6:06 this morning, a live look now at Riverside Park in La Crosse. Beautiful shot there on a Wednesday morning. We're talking about new efforts underway this morning to protect the Mississippi River. The river's ecosystem appears to be eroding over the years, but with help from several states and the federal government, crews are hoping to reverse it. It is one of the first of its kind, and it's happening thanks to funding from across the region. Each year, St. Paul District dredges about 1 million cubic yards of clean sand from the Mississippi. This plan will relocate that sand to improve the river's overall habitat. It's a $27 million project made possible by all levels of government. $3 million of those dollars came from Wisconsin.
As a Democrat, you do value, clean water and having good habitat for fish and wildlife, for our economy and for people's just living along the river.
The Army Corps of Engineers is leading the project. They will start work in the summer.
Live music on the Memorial Union Terrace will turn around and face Lake Mendota this summer for the second edition of Lakefront Live. The concert series debuted last year. It allows audiences to enjoy live performances from their paddleboard, kayak, canoe, boat, or if you're Josh, your jet ski.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This year, 3 groups will perform. Bird Dog Blues Band will play on June 8th. Country and Blues Band, the Groven Brothers, will perform on July 6th. And the Bluegrass group, Cork and Bottle String Band, will perform on August 10th. We have these up on channel3000.com, too. Each concert starts at 7 p.m.
I love this. Taking advantage of the terrain. Everyone loves the lake.
How fun.
Why not listen to some music while you're out there, too?
Sign me up.
Still ahead for us on a Wednesday morning. We are live in the 608 with spring planting advice from the one and only Lisa Briggs of the Bruce Company. She's going to help us get our yards ready for summer.
And golfing for a good cause. How a Wisconsin native is gathering the stars to raise money for charity. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Flex Steel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our Flex Steel authorized sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King. Now on stage at Overture Center through May 28th only. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
DePaco Credit Union empowers your well-being, helps you reach your goals. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. The Tommy Van Ness team has a real passion for real estate and would love to work with you on buying and selling your house. We are a multi-award winning team with over $500 million in sales.
Our strong work ethic and negotiation skills will help guide you through the buying or selling process. If you're considering buying or selling in 2023, now is the time.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
Get 11% off everything in Menards. Performax steel shelving is the ultimate storage solution. Made with industrial strength steel, Performax shelving systems hold up to 2,000 pounds per shelf. A 77-inch 3-tier heavy-duty shelving unit is just $159.99 after rebate. Check out our great selection of indoor-outdoor carpet. Status carpet is perfect for decks, patios, or sunrooms. It's stain-resistant and easy to install. Just 39 cents a square foot after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months plus $1,000 low APR cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
The pain level was over 10, and my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports there. It was the first time that I had no pain.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Flex Steel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our Flex Steel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:11. Spring is in full swing. 6:08 with the growing season well underway this morning. Lisa Briggs, the one and only, joins us live from the Bruce Company with some easy advice for all of us at home. Lisa, what are you holding right there?
This is a heliotrope, and it is super sort of vanilla fragrant, and it's a really nice flowering plant for containers in a sunny spot. Really pretty color. Like I said, kind of fragrant, sort of smells vanilla-y. And I think a lot of people, when they're thinking about spring containers or their spring gardens, they're thinking a lot about flowers, which there are gazillions. Heliotrope, this is a really pretty hanging begonia. There are daisies and marigolds, and I mean, just the list is endless. Things that you've heard of and things that you haven't. But I kind of like the idea of mixing in some plants that are bringing color with foliage or leaves. And when I do my container classes, I do this a lot to try to introduce people to new concepts and new plants. So this is coleus, which comes in like a huge variety of leaf shapes and colors. Lots of green, some leaves are fringy, and it's a really good way to add a pop of color to your yard without having to deal with flowers. And besides coleus, there are other things. This is this really pretty thing. This is called blood leaf or irisine. I mean, who needs a flower when you have this kind of color just from a leaf? And then this one, you might think is a coleus, but this is perilla, and it's really pretty green and pink. So just kind of think out of the box when you're doing your containers, and maybe think about stepping away from the old tried and true geranium, spike, vinca, which our grandmas did.
Yeah, I love all of the colors. And okay, so this next question's from our Leah Linscheid. She bought some rose bushes. She says that they're looking a little sad. She hasn't gotten them in the ground yet. You know, what kind of advice do you have for people on how quickly those things need to get planted?
Well, you know, we have stuff out here in the garden center that we get in April or May, and it might not sell till June or July, sitting in a pot on a gravel bed. But we irrigate every night, and we deadhead all that kind of stuff all the time. And if it gets hot during the day, we also will do hand watering. So it's good to get plants in the ground or in a bigger container. It's just much easier for you to take care of them and for them to thrive. I mean, that's where they want to be. So if you're not if you don't have the expertise or the time to really nurture them in that pot, best to get them in the ground as soon as you can. It's just easier in the long run to do gardening that way.
And of course, you guys are always open for more advice over there at the Bruce Company. You guys are really busy. I drove by there yesterday and your parking lot was jam-packed.
I know, on a random Tuesday, right? So if you just need some advice and you're not wanting to come into the store, you can always email questions to our plant desk. And that's super handy because you can attach a photo of something that you think is going on, or maybe something that you bought from us that isn't doing well and you just want to know like what you can do to help it out. And that's plantdesk@brucecompany.com. And the nice thing about the team at the Bruce Company is we all have our specialty. I don't know everything, nobody does, but we have a team, and so when a picture comes through that, you know, Scott might not know the answer or Brittany might not know the answer, then we just sort of gather everybody, and sooner or later, we've got somebody here who says, oh yeah, that's what that is, and then we can help you out. So it's good. You don't just get one person, you get a whole team here.
Learning something new every day, Lisa. Thank you so much for giving us all the advice this morning. Remember, you can always let me know what inspires you here in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email for a chance to be featured.
6:15. Over to Kelly Slifka now with your First Warn weather. A live look at a beautiful sky in Platteville, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, we've been looking at the sky cams this morning as the sun is coming up. I'm kind of looking for some of that smoke, that really thick smoke that we saw yesterday afternoon. Not seeing it as much. A little bit of white on the horizon. This is out down in Platteville in southwestern areas of the state, where it's a little bit milder this morning. Now here at the station, seeing a little bit of that white on the horizon, but not that thick smoke that basically almost blocked out the sun yesterday afternoon. Don't expect that today, but maybe a little bit of haze. 68 expected today. Our average now is 70, so a couple degrees shy of that. The sun coming up at 5:32, not setting now until 8:16. We should see plenty of that sunshine today. Now, the reason I don't think the smoke will be as thick today is because we had that cold front arrive between 7 and 8 o'clock. Probably noticed that drop in temperature, the wind picking up, and looking at that smoke to be pushed to the west across the Dakotas, western Minnesota. So high pressure in control of our weather. It looks like that smoke staying primarily out to the west today, but we should see some sunshine, maybe a little bit of haze out there. I want to take a look at our umbrella photo contest winner. This is Ken Borchert. This is a crab apple on Two Island Lake. If you don't know where that is, this is up in the west central parts of the state, up near New Auburn, but beautiful shot. We've been taking a lot of lake pictures. Obviously, we're getting into that summer feeling. Our umbrella contest. If you'd like to submit a photo, just go to firstwarn@WISC-TV.com or use our First Warn weather app, and you have the opportunity of winning one of those umbrellas. So some hazy sunshine today, not as thick a smoke as we saw yesterday. It will be cooler with highs in the upper 60s. Breezy and milder tomorrow. It looks like that chance of rain holding off until after sunset. So if you have any activities in the evening, should be okay. It will be turning cooler, though, as we continue this roller coaster ride going into a Friday. It will be milder, though, going into the weekend. So we are looking at the temperatures cooler today. Highs getting into the upper 60s this afternoon. We'll tail off tonight, going down into the mid-40s. The wind will pick up out of the south tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 70s. That chance of rain holding off until we go into a Thursday night into a Friday morning. Cooler day on Friday. Temperatures back in the 70s this weekend and looking real nice next week. We'll take a look at when we can expect those rain chances coming up in the next half hour.
So far this season, nobody's been able to touch Janesville Craig baseball. In 17 games, they've allowed a total of 18 runs while scoring 220. That's the challenge facing Sun Prairie East. The Cardinals and Cougars, two of the best in Division I, bottom of the first, SP East down 2-0. Not for long. John Hadley sends a shot at least 369 feet to clear the bases and gives the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. That lead, though, wouldn't last long. 2 on for Jake Schaffner, and he skies one off the wall in center. 2 runs come home to score. Cougars go on to win again. This one, 17-6, is your final. Game 2 between the Brewers and Cardinals. Craig Counsell hoping his team forgot about losing by 17 runs in Game 1. This is going to help. Tied at 2 in the 6th. Brian Anderson puts the crew on top with the solo shot. That'd be your game winner. Brewers win it 3-2. In a little over 3 weeks, the AmFam Championship will tee off at University Ridge, and all the big names on the Champions Tour will be there, including 2-time AmFam champ Jerry Kelly and of course the man himself, tourney host Steve Stricker. And at Media Day on Tuesday, the Edgerton native took a second to look back at how the tournament came together and quickly turned into one of the best events on the Champions Tour.
We dreamt of, bringing tournament golf or something to our area. I don't think we ever imagined where we're at today and the amount of money that we've been able to give back to not only the Children's Hospital, but all these other charities in our area. It's a very special feeling, and the players feel that too when they come here.
Andy North is back to host the Celebrity Foursome, and this year's squad is star-studded. The captain, Derek Jeter, returns to the AmFam Championship, and joining him, two-time major winner and Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson, and get this, Michael Phelps. Yeah, that Michael Phelps, who has 28 Olympic medals to his name. The four will play 9 holes for charity on Saturday, June 10th. Hey, let's kick it. Sugar River taking on Lodi with a conference title on the line. First half, Raiders on the attack, and Cara Bainbridge is there to tap it in to make it 1-0 Sugar River. Then, under a minute before half, the Raiders strike again. This time, it's Anya Brenkman going corner pocket to make it a 2-goal game. Sugar River will go on to get the win, 3-0 the final. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thank you, Zach. 6:21, new video of a baby elephant getting a bath you just have to see coming up this morning.
And in our next half hour, members of the trans community are speaking out after a rise in anti-transgender messages showing up around Madison.
But first, as we go to break, a look at gas prices at this hour. Right now in Dane County, $3.33 a gallon, just a tick more across the state.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
This is it. Our biggest mattress sale of the year is heating up at Ashley. Come see the newest iComfort Eco and save up to $800. And 6-year special financing with no money down. Plus, guaranteed best offers on Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, and Purple mattresses. Only at Ashley.
We're all trying to save energy. A quality ceiling fan is an appliance that saves energy without sacrificing comfort. They're all on sale at Madison Lighting. With experts to help you choose a fan, you'll save big. Madison Lighting.
What do you mean the connecting rooms were not confirmed?
Exactly, not confirmed.
We need to be able to see our kids.
Oh, you'll be able to see them.
When you want your kids in a room that's actually connecting, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks absorbs quickly for relief. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Time to claim independence from winter and get outside for the first festival of the season, Sit-in Demai in Stoughton. It's a weekend full of festival favorites like cream puffs, corn on the cob, and cotton candy. It's the first festival of the season, Sit-in Demai in Stoughton.
The savings do not get better than this. Ashley's Memorial Day sale starts now. Holiday doorbusters like this 3-piece sectional start at just $25 a month. With 6-year special financing store-wide. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Linda caught the tail end of 2 white-tailed deer.
Those are really cute.
Oh dear,
oh,
is what I was expecting from you.
Well, you always make fun of me because that's all I ever say when I see deer.
I thought you would Google more puns for this half hour,
oh,
but
dear.
We'll allow it. Hey, Linda, thanks for sharing. Make sure you use that hashtag. Oh, boy. That hashtag, MyNews3Morning. When you post on social, we find them and share them right here. 6:25, some trending video this morning, and it's going to make your day. Stop what you're doing, pay attention. An elephant calf living in a zoo is enjoying her bath time.
I put this video in just for Leah today.
Oh, I love it.
The small blue rubber swimming pool is somehow holding up Suni after her 900-pound body. 900 pounds. And the 2-year-old baby girl is making sure every part of her body is clean. Suni, who was born in 2021, had a rough start to life. She spent time in the hospital and was treated for several serious medical conditions. But as you can see, she is making the best of her time now.
She's loving it.
We do our best to make sure everybody gets their news headlines every morning, but we got to give you something to smile about, and this video is it today.
That is so cute.
Oh, we love it. All right, just enough time for your first warn weather.
Yeah, a little chilly this morning as the sun is coming up. Still a little bit of a haze from the smoke from the wildfires up in Canada. Right now, 40, need that jacket. You'll probably need the jacket all day long. Temperatures generally rising into the upper 60s later today.
6:26, we're back with more local news and weather and a look at the Bruce Company when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Fearings, our people, vision, and values help protect your business through smart security design using technology by Verkada. Easy to integrate and cost-effective, it's security reimagined to keep your people safe. Visit Fearings.com.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Are you hungry?
If you're shopping for the cheapest insurance, you're shopping for the wrong thing. After all, insurance coverage is really just a promise. And why would anyone want a cheap promise?
Don't be scared.
You've worked hard for what you have. Protect your home or business with a promise from a company that you trust.
I love you, kitten, and I hope you like it here.
Ask your independent insurance agent about a policy from West Bend.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
You've got this. 10 days, 2 kids, and the open road. Tourist traps? Set. Souvenir allowances? Dispersed. Juice boxes? Abundant. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you, with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So when must-see attractions become must-pay with cash adventures, we've got you.
Mom, why is the front door open?
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Frisky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring, always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Ford Edge with 0% APR financing for 36 months. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
At Fearings, we protect your business through smart security design and Verkada technology. Verkada's cloud-based platform and point-and-click simplicity make for a significant ROI. Fearings Audio-Video Security. Visit fearings.com.
This morning, members of the trans community speaking out after a rise in anti-transgender messages are showing up around Madison. Who they believe is behind the messages.
Plus, why significant pay raises could be coming soon for prosecutors and public defenders.
And here's your first look outside on a Wednesday morning. Beautiful shot there. A little cooler out there to start the day, though, Kelly.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a haze out on the horizon as well. We're taking a look at our Edgewater sky cam. You can see the sun coming up. A little bit of haze today, and it is cool. Temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It is Hump Day, May 17th. I'm Josh Breiter.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Chris has the day off. Thanks for waking up with us. Kelly Slifka, yeah, talking about a little bit cooler of a morning, but boy, love to see the sun out there.
Yeah, the sun is up, and hopefully we won't see as much smoke as we saw yesterday blocking out the sun. If it's not the clouds, I guess it's the smoke, and that's what we had yesterday. Kept our temperatures down a little bit from where they could have been. I don't think the smoke will be as thick today because we had that cold front pass through yesterday evening, and that's what's bringing us the cooler temperatures this morning. 40 in Madison is cooler to the north and east, 38 in Juneau, 45 in Janesville, a little milder to the west. Right now, Boscobel at 49, 44 currently in Platteville. So we're back to the 60s today, running a couple degrees below our average, but the sun should help us out a little bit. Some of that may be blocked out just a little bit from some of the haze from those wildfires. Probably need a jacket all day, though, today. Showers move in tomorrow night. Looks like this will be after the sun goes down here in the Madison area, so if you have any plans tomorrow evening, it should be okay. It won't be until after 9 o'clock or so. Some of these may linger into Friday morning. We'll turn cooler Friday, but then we are looking at some warmer weather going into the weekend. So the roller coaster ride with temperatures continues going into the weekend. Temperatures starting off cool this morning. 40s will rise through the lower 60s here at the noon hour. East winds at 10 miles per hour, making it feel a little chilly at times this morning. Rising temperatures in the upper 60s later today with some of the haze out there. 68 with mostly sunny skies. Temperatures rising into the upper 60s today. We'll time out those rain chances going into tomorrow evening, coming up in a little bit.
Thank you, Kelly. Remember, you can always track the rain chances and also those cooler temperatures this morning by downloading the First Warn Weather app in your app store today.
Developing this morning, anti-transgender graffiti and stickers are showing up in public spaces around Madison. It's creating concerns for the trans community. Members of the LGBTQ+ community say they've been seeing these anti-trans stickers along with supportive messages being defaced. Madison officials say when they get a complaint or city workers spot a hate message, they take swift action. Members of the transgender community say this cannot be ignored or normalized.
A little bit of like, okay, you might be accepted generally, but there's still this pocket of women mostly who just hate my guts, saying this is what this is why it's dangerous, and this is the sort of tactics that other hate groups use and can be used by them.
This isn't the first time anti-trans messaging has appeared across the city. Earlier this year on the UW campus, several transgender pride stickers seemed to be defaced. Other transphobic messages have appeared in Tenney Park in years prior.
Firefighters are saying a mobile home is a total loss this morning at a campground outside the city of Portage. Crews were called to the Pride of America campground just before 2:30 yesterday morning for a report of a camper that was up in flames. Firefighters were able to put that fire out, but the home is destroyed. 2 other homes had minor damage. We're told no injuries were reported. It is still unclear what caused the fire.
New information now. A man convicted of killing 4 people in Minnesota and then dumping the bodies in a cornfield in Wisconsin will spend the rest of his life in prison. Antoine Suggs of Scottsdale, Arizona was convicted last month of the 2021 deaths and sentenced this week to 103 years behind bars. Suggs claims he shot the 4 people in self-defense because they were trying to rob him. Prosecutors claim he killed the victims after a night of drinking. His father was also sentenced to 5 years after helping his son hide the bodies.
Significant pay bumps could be coming soon for prosecutors and public defenders. At the state capitol, the Budget Writing Committee approved major pay raises that criminal justice advocates have been pushing for. Both prosecutors and public defenders in Wisconsin will get a pay raise of almost $9 an hour, bringing starting pay to $36 an hour. That takes the annual salary from $57,000 to $75,000. It also increases the private attorney rate for public defender cases. The pay raises were unanimously approved, showing Democrats and Republicans in a rare bipartisan moment of support.
We are going above and beyond what the governor requested. And I think at the end of this motion, this is going to be a unanimous vote, as it should be, to show our support for the criminal justice system and the great work that our district attorneys and public defenders do.
As Representative Kurtz mentions there, the governor actually asked for a lower increase, which the Republican control committee exceeded.
New this morning, Baraboo police are offering free firearm safety kits to families who need them. The kits include a gun lock and a safety curriculum to help secure your guns from kids, hopefully helping to prevent any accidents. This is through a partnership with Project Child Safe. They've provided 40 million kits across the country. You can get your kit by contacting the Baraboo Police Department.
A new list from the U.S. News and World Report ranks Green Bay as the best place to live in the country. The rankings were determined by affordability, quality of life, desirability, and job market. The publication U.S. News and World Report says Green Bay's affordable housing, low crime rates, and high air quality make the city a great place to live. Madison missed out on the top 10, coming in at number 11. I'm guessing it comes probably down to the affordability.
I still prefer Madison.
I do too.
Speaking of number 1, USA Today releasing its Reader's Choice for best gas stations in the U.S. For the 4th time in a row, Quick Trip coming out on top. So what qualities did Quick Trip need to earn the number 1 slot yet again? According to USA, they looked at bathroom cleanliness, coffee freshness, snack options, and of course the fuel. That spicy chicken sandwich. You know what I love. You know what I love. That's right.
Oh, I love it. All right, 6:35, let's take a look at this picture of this cute kitten this morning. So this one that you're seeing right here was one of more than dozens of cats rescued from a hoarding situation in Dane County. The Humane Society asked the public to help cover medical costs for the cats, and they beat the $7,500 goal. Humane Society officials say nearly 50 cats were rescued from the hoarding situation. With that money raised, they have been able to cover the costs of spay and neutering as well as urgent medical needs for the cats. But the Humane Society needs more help. You can adopt or find out how to donate. The link on your screen, that's givesshelter.org.
Give them a call, look it up, find their forever home.
6:36 right now, live look this morning at a smoky skyline in Calgary, Canada. Take a look at this. Probably similar to what we saw here yesterday. So here's the deal. Wildfires are impacting their weather, and it's also coming down here. Kelly's tracking how it's going to impact our forecast here in southern Wisconsin after the break.
Plus, why more Americans are suffering from chronic pain than ever before. That's in your Morning Health Watch.
And we're also live at the 6:08 with spring planting advice from Lisa Briggs at the Bruce Company. She's helping us get our yards ready for summer. When News 3 Now this morning continues.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with Front Assist. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
Hey, raccoon! I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
This is Iowa. We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meet slow bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This
is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
Why are there 2 extra seats? I know, Uncle Dane and his giant beard.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Get 3.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2023 Atlas Family SE Tech with 4Motion models. Limited inventory available.
Madison's Henry Vilas Zoo has been at the center of controversy for years. After a formal review seemed to put the zoo in the clear, News 3 Now is uncovering new allegations.
There's these things happening that shouldn't be happening at a zoo that is AZA accredited.
Braden Ross talks with a former employee who makes some eye-opening claims about the zoo's animal care practices.
I want what is shown to the public to be what's actually happening.
News 3 Now investigates, Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back on the Health Watch this morning. More Americans are suffering from chronic pain than diabetes, depression, or high blood pressure. Chronic pain defined as having pain on most days over the past 3 months. Researchers say they looked at data from more than 10,000 participants over a 2-year period. The survey is conducted annually by the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics. Researchers say their findings emphasize the high disease burden of chronic pain in adults and the need for early management of it.
80% of plastic pollution could be wiped out in 2 decades. That's according to a report from the United Nations this morning. Plastic production has soared in the last few decades, and waste management systems have not kept the pace. The world generated 139 million metric tons of single-use plastic waste in 2021. The UN has created a roadmap to dramatically reduce plastic pollution. It focuses on 3 strategies: reusing, recycling, and alternative materials. Fossil fuels are used to make up nearly all plastics. The report also urges an end to fossil fuel subsidies, which makes it cheaper to make new plastic products and use alternative materials.
All right, take a look at this new video out of Canada. It shows the massive wildfires they're dealing with right now. Just an insane amount of smoke there. In Alberta, firefighters are battling out-of-control fires that have pushed 30,000 people out of their homes. It's burned up about 500,000 acres of land. It's also shut down production of nearly 500,000 barrels of oil a day. It's about 4% of Canada's production. Areas as far south as Minnesota are dealing with air quality alerts. Kelly, we're even dealing with less sun because of that smoke.
Yeah, you know, watching the sun come up this morning, you can see that the sun is visible, unlike yesterday, so the smoke has been dispersed a little bit, but even on the horizon, we are seeing a little bit of that milky whiteness out there. We also have some high thin clouds coming in as well, so we'll look at a pretty nice afternoon. Just have to deal with a little bit of haze as we go into the afternoon. The bulk of the smoke, though, is getting pushed to the west, and that's because we had that front arrive between 7 and 8 o'clock yesterday. If you were outside at all, you probably noticed the temperature drop 14 degrees within that hour, and also we had that northeast wind. So our winds are generally out of the east. The fire is up here in Alberta, Canada, way north of Montana there. So that's what came down on the jet stream with those northwest winds yesterday and basically almost create overcast, what looked like overcast conditions in the afternoon. We will have that east wind today. That'll keep temperatures down a little bit from where they have been. Our future track smoke, most of the smoke, as mentioned, out to the west over parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. Some of that may get a little bit closer to us as we get into a southwest wind out ahead of a cold front that will be arriving tomorrow night. Right now, our sky cam here at the station, you can see a little bit of that haze on the horizon. We are looking at some hazy sunshine today due to that smoke from some of those wildfires. Not as thick as yesterday. Cooler than where we were yesterday. Upper 60s expected this afternoon. It looks like some showers and thunderstorms rolling in tomorrow night into a Friday. It looks like that should move through fairly quickly Friday morning, and then we'll get into some dry weather. Temperatures going into the weekend should start to warm up after a cooler day on Friday. Starting off chilly this morning, we'll be in the mid-60s early this afternoon, headed into the upper 60s later today. Hazy sunshine. On Thursday, starting off dry, a little bit milder with 50s expected. As we go into the afternoon, a few clouds starting to roll on in. As that cold front gets closer to us, some showers and thunderstorms developing off to our north and west. Adams, Juneau County here at 7 o'clock. Madison, if you have any evening plans, maybe you have a league game or doing some activities with the kids, should be okay at least through 9 o'clock. But after that, it looks like No guarantees. Can expect at least some showers rolling through. A lot of this exiting fairly quickly Friday morning. A little bit of sun, but I think some clouds will rotate back in going into the afternoon. 68 today. We'll warm it up tomorrow up to 77 with that wind out of the south. That rain chance holds off until well after dark, it looks like, in the Madison area. Some of these showers lingering into Friday morning. Then generally dry Friday afternoon, but rather cool. Warmer weather for the weekend, low 70s, and we continue that warming trend and dry weather for much of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. 6:44, spring is in full swing in the 608 this morning with the growing season well underway. We're excited to have Lisa Briggs live from the Bruce Company with us this morning. Lisa, good morning to you. Finally feeling more like a consistent spring out there, although this morning's a little chilly.
I hope it gets a little better. I would like the temperatures at night to not get below, say, 48 or 50. That would make me really happy because then we wouldn't have to like drag things in and out of the greenhouse. So we've talked about animal pests this morning. We've talked about ways to add color. I thought we could end by talking about pollinators because that's a really big thing, especially it is No-Mow May and people are talking a lot about planting milkweed and things that will attract and protect pollinators. And that's a really good thing to do because a lot of our food production requires pollinating either insects or animals or birds. And so I thought we'd just sort of concentrate this morning on the two really most beautiful ones, which are butterflies and hummingbirds.
So what can we do to help out then, Lisa?
So what you can do is to plant flowers that attract those kinds of insects. So for hummingbirds, for instance, they like plants like this salvia that have a tube-shaped flower and are heavy nectar bearing. And so this is an annual red salvia. Salvias come in a lot of different shapes and colors, both annual and perennial. This happens to be an annual one. This is another one, completely different shape, but again, it's that tube-shaped flower that holds a lot of nectar, and so they can get in there. And there are other plants, thistle, hummingbirds. This particular is a coral bells. This is a perennial that they really like. And then for butterflies, butterflies like a flat flower. So something like a cone flower or black-eyed Susans. Anything from the daisy family, anything that has sort of this flat area with smaller areas for the butterfly. They have really long tongues and they also will just get the nectar out. But you can also attract, I know the bumblebees have been really active this spring and they like a flower, you know, you see them and they're sort of wiggling around and gathering all that pollen and then flying to another flower and transferring that pollen from one place to another. All the beautiful crabapple trees that have been blooming so nicely this spring are probably going to be loaded with fruit this year because we've had a really long extended bloom period, plenty of time for bumblebees and honeybees to do their work.
Great advice this morning, Lisa. I know you mentioned those hummingbirds. I've been seeing on Facebook, our viewers are starting to see them really popping this week.
Yeah, they seem to come in. There are some that stay around, like if your yard is super attractive for them. Sometimes you'll get some that will sort of hang around for the season, but often they're here for a few weeks and then they fly a little bit farther north to spend the summer. And we don't often see them on the migratory back, but sometimes people do. But you can also do feeders. I know lots of people have seen orioles this week, and orioles are another one that, again, kind of hangs out for a little bit and then passes on through. But it makes it really exciting when your garden is alive with more than just flowers and plants, but you have those sort of, you know, we like to call them living jewels of the garden.
I love it. I love it. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it, and happy planting.
Happy planting to you guys too, and happy spring to everybody out there who's watching.
Finally, yes, we can finally say spring is here. Thank you so much. Remember, you can always let me know what inspires you in the 608. Just go either to my social media pages. You can also shoot me an email. Remember, a lot of these stories that I feature every morning come right from you at home, so reach out today.
All right, at 6:48, coming up in the morning sprint, the Wisconsin school gaining national recognition for teaching students about stress management.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture and help celebrate them here on News 3 Now this morning.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same-day eye exam, same-day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Here at Precision, we are veteran-owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Superior, Wisconsin. It's a fisherman's paradise. Outfit yourself with gear and the latest fishing conditions from Jim over here.
It's John.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months plus $1,000 low APR cash. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
No more suffering from chronic nagging joint pain. The hope for relief is here at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids.
Nothing beats giving people their quality of life back. And that's what we do here at QC Kinetics, every day.
Regenerative treatments provide long-term results by addressing the root cause of pain, right in the office. Call for your complimentary consultation today. QC Kinetics. Finally, hope for relief.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party and a sofa and a bed and a
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Shop the Brothers Maine Memorial Day sale now.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Anti-transgender graffiti and stickers are showing up around Madison. It's leaving the trans community worried for their safety. Supportive messages are also being defaced. City officials say they are actively working to remove the hate-filled messages as soon as they see them.
Just days after a 13-year-old student was killed while waiting to board a school bus outside of Reedsburg, a state bill is now circulating that would increase penalties for people failing to stop for a school bus. The new legislation would increase that to $300 to $1,000 plus court costs.
Significant pay raises could be coming soon for prosecutors and public defenders. The Budget Writing Committee at the Capitol approved pay raises of nearly $9 an hour. That raises their annual salary to $75,000 a year. The bill passed unanimously with bipartisan support.
A teacher at a Grafton school just north of Milwaukee is facing charges after threatening students when he found a swastika drawn by one of them. The teacher told students he had 17 guns and that his daughter would go to their homes with a baseball bat. He has a $10,000 bail with conditions of surrendering firearms while also avoiding contact with the school and students.
In Brooklyn, unhappy parents are protesting a school gymnasium that will house migrants. The mayor showed concern with limited space amid an influx of nearly 65,000 migrants. With the end of Title 42, migrant crossings at the border remain half of what they were a week ago at around 5,000 crossings a day.
White House officials are reporting a security breach at the home of National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Secret Service agents were on duty when an unidentified intruder broke into the home. Despite a robust security system, the intoxicated intruder went undetected by agents. Advisor Sullivan confronted the intruder and asked him to leave. That intruder still at large this morning, and Sullivan's security detail has been put on leave.
Democrats are introducing a resolution to expel Republican Representative George Santos. House Republicans have until Thursday to schedule the vote. The move is expected to fail, but it will put House Republicans on the record over the indicted congressman. Santos has pleaded not guilty to 13 federal charges.
Park Community Charter School in Kaukauna is gaining national recognition for teaching students stress management skills. It's called the Conscious Discipline Program, where students learn self-regulation techniques like breathing exercises in safe spaces. Teachers say the meditative breathing exercises help improve mood and reduce anxiety. Educators from as far as Alabama are now looking into the Conscious Discipline Program.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock on this chilly start to our Wednesday morning. 40 Madison, Juneau 38, so even cooler weather to the north and east, not quite as cool off to the south and west. Some of that cool air behind that backdoor cold front that arrived yesterday evening will keep our temperatures down from where they were yesterday. We'll look at hazy sunshine today. Temperatures climbing into the lower 60s here at the noon hour. You'll need that jacket all day, especially with this east wind up there at 10 miles per hour. Should be topping out upper 60s, not quite the 70 where we typically should be for this time of May. A little bit of haze on the horizon because of some of that smoke from those wildfires coming down from Canada. Maybe not as thick as yesterday, but we should get up into the upper 60s with that east wind up there around 10 miles an hour. First warm forecast, looking at the sunshine today, 68 degrees. Temperatures do warm up going into tomorrow, 77 with partly sunny skies. There will be that rain chance, and that's with a cold front that will be arriving tomorrow evening. If you have any plans in the early evening hours, you should be okay in the Madison area. After 9 o'clock, though, all bets are off then. We are looking at that chance of rain to continue Thursday night into Friday. A cooler day Friday, but then we get into some milder weather for the weekend. Still a little bit chilly in the mornings, but nice afternoons and even warmer weather. Looks like we're going to get into an extended period of some dry weather and feel a little bit more like summer. Those overnight lows should be a little bit better, and those afternoon highs could be flirting with 80 toward the end of next week. So looking at some better weather through the weekend into early next week.
I love this time of the year because of those crisp mornings, but then getting those afternoon highs where it's just comfortable outside. It's not too hot, not too cold.
Jet ski weather.
It really is.
And not humid yet. I wouldn't doubt if we don't start to see that humidity creeping up a little bit next week, but hey.
Comes with Memorial Day right around the corner, right?
Perfect timing.
Thank you, Kelly.
You bet.
Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a great Wednesday. Join us for another update in half an hour.